Hello everyone, welcome to Unknown Mysterious Creatures, UMC, channel. I am Cryptozoology, and in this year of the dragon, we are going to explore the legendary dragons themselves, from myths and legends around the world. Dragons are iconic figures in fantasy literature, fairy tales, and mythology, appearing in stories from the Americas to Europe, and from India to China. However, not all dragons are the same. They vary in appearance, temperament, and abilities across different cultures. This guide delves into the primary types of dragons found in myths and folklore around the world. The Western Dragon. The Western dragon, a staple of European folklore and mythology, is often depicted as a massive, fire-breathing, scaly creature with horns. It resembles a giant lizard, typically featuring leathery, bat-like wings, and occasionally feathered ones, along with 2 or 4 legs and a long, muscular tail. In many folk tales, dragon blood is said to possess unique powers, granting longevity or toxic, acidic properties. In Christian culture, dragons are often seen as guardians of treasure-filled caves or castles. An evil dragon is usually the nemesis of a heroic figure, while a good dragon may offer wisdom or support. Despite their wings, these dragons are often associated with the earth, living in underground lairs or caves. Dragonette. Dragonettes are smaller versions of Western dragons, ranging in size from as tiny as a finger to as large as a person. Despite their diminutive stature, they are lethal due to their tendency to hunt in packs and their toxic blood, which is fatal upon contact. The Chinese Dragon. The Chinese dragon, or long, is a legendary creature in Chinese mythology and folklore. Its appearance is often a composite of various real animals: the body of a snake, the scales of a carp, the tail of a whale, the antlers of a stag, and the claws of an eagle, among others. Chinese dragons are closely associated with water and are considered masters of rainfall, rivers, and seas. Their elongated, serpentine form may have evolved from their connection to water or as a representation of fluid movement. Shen. The Shen is a shape-shifting dragon from Chinese mythology, different from the traditional long. This creature is believed to create mirages and can take various forms, including a pheasant, shellfish, or pearl. Its true form is a large, serpentine dragon with glittering green and gold scales, constantly twisting in intricate patterns. The Shen may spend years or even decades as a pearl before returning to its natural state. The African Dragon. African dragons are less well known compared to their Western and Asian counterparts and often differ greatly in appearance. Many African dragons resemble giant snakes, sometimes with legs, sometimes without. These snake-like dragons appear in various African cultures, featuring prominently in mythology, religion, and tribal stories across the continent. Wyvern. Wyverns are winged, serpent-like creatures distinct from most dragons in that they have only 2 legs and a barbed tail. Unlike many dragons, they cannot breathe fire. Wyverns are often depicted either perched on their legs and tail or with their claws in the air, supported by their tail. Occasionally, wyverns are shown without wings or with a narrower tail, and they frequently appear as mascots or in logos. Lindworm. The lindworm is a dragon with a serpent-like body and no hind legs. Its portrayal varies across regions, but it generally appears wingless, with a serpentine body, a dragon's head, scaled skin, and 2 clawed forelimbs. Unlike the wyvern, lindworms are typically shown slithering like snakes, using their arms for traction. Amphipterae. The Amphipterae is a dragon with a snake-like body that lacks both legs and arms, possessing only wings. These dragons are often depicted with light-colored feathers and a serpentine body. Their wings are bat-like, covered with feathers, and their tail resembles that of a wyvern. Some descriptions include legs, but these are rare. Hydra. The Hydra is one of the most infamous dragons, known for its multiple heads, each of which regenerates if severed. In myth, the Hydra was slain by Hercules as part of his 12 labors. The largest of its heads was immortal, impervious to conventional weapons, and only defeated when Hercules severed it with a golden sword gifted by Athena. Tarasque. The Tarasque is a legendary dragon-like hybrid from Provence, southern France. This creature is described as larger than an ox, longer than a horse, with a lion's head, sharp teeth, a horse's mane, and a body covered in sharp scales. It has 6 legs with bear-like claws, a serpent's tail, and a shell reminiscent of a tortoise. Simi. The Slavic dragon, known as Zmij Goranich, is depicted as a terrifying serpent with 3 heads and 7 tails. Flames shoot from its nostrils, smoke billows from its ears, and its copper claws gleam menacingly. Bakunawa. The Bakunawa is a dragon deity from Filipino mythology, portrayed as a massive serpentine creature with 2 sets of wings, whiskers, a red tongue, and a mouth as wide as a lake. According to legend, the Bakunawa lived in the sea during a time when the world had 7 moons. Fascinated by their light, the dragon would rise from the sea to devour the moons, causing eclipses. Worms. Worms are serpentine dragons, typically of European origin. The term, Wyrm, comes from Norse mythology and was once used to describe all dragons, but it now refers specifically to dragons with long, worm-like bodies, either legless or with small legs. Chaos dragons. Chaos dragons are found in various mythologies and are often linked to apocalyptic events. Notable chaos dragons include Jormungandr. In Norse mythology, Jormungandr is a colossal serpent, also known as the Midgard serpent. The middle child of Loki and the giantess Angerboa, it was cast into the sea by Odin, where it grew large enough to encircle the earth and grasp its own tail. According to prophecy, when Jormungandr releases its tail, Ragnarok, the end of the world, will begin. Apophis. Also known as Apep, Apophis was an ancient Egyptian demon of chaos, depicted as a giant serpent and an enemy of the sun god Ra. While many serpents symbolized divinity and royalty in Egypt, Apophis represented evil and chaos, threatening all life. Leviathan. The Leviathan is a monstrous sea creature mentioned in several books of the Bible, including Job, Psalms, and Isaiah. Often depicted as a massive, multi-headed water dragon, the Leviathan embodies chaos and is said to consume the souls of the damned. It is eventually destroyed in the final battle between good and evil. Conclusion. Dragons are among the most popular creatures in mythology, and their diverse forms and characteristics reflect the rich cultural tapestry from which they emerge. By exploring these different types of dragons, we gain a deeper understanding of the varied mythological traditions that have shaped our perception of these legendary beings. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Unknown Mysterious Creatures.